this lesson you will learn about the most important presuppositions of NLP. A presupposition is a way of thinking, a mindset, an approach. And over the last 40 years, NLP has defined these presuppositions which, when adopted, have helped people fulfill their potential. These guiding principles of NLP are a guiding philosophy. So when you presuppose them to be true, you unlock your inner potential. Let's take a look. The first one is respect for the other person's model of the world. So have a respect for the other person's point of view. In other words, it means to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. This means before judging someone, you must understand his experiences, challenges, thought processes, etc. When you imagine yourself in a situation or circumstances of another person, it will help you understand or empathise with their perspective, their opinion or point of view. So from now on, whenever you have a dispute with someone or you don't understand someone else's behaviour and are quick to judge, put yourself in their shoes. The next presupposition, well, this is the meaning of the communication is the response you get. Now, regardless of how honourable your intention is when communicating with another person, the success of the interaction depends on how the other person received your message and not what your intention was. In other words, the response that you got from the other person is the meaning of your communication. Just take a moment to think about that. Now, you may have got a response that was very different from the one you wanted, but there are no failures in communication, just responses and obviously some feedback. This presupposition is very powerful. It places full responsibility of getting your message across on you, the communicator. So you can no longer blame the other person for any sort of misunderstandings that they might have. So if you're not getting the result you want, you need to change your style of communication and change what you are doing and how you're behaving. As a student of NLP, you will be able to use your sensory acuity skills to notice when the other person is missing the point and not quite getting it. You will then have the flexibility to do something different, either using your body language, words, or behaviour. So this one's all about taking responsibility for the communication. Let's take a look at the next one. The mind and body are interlinked and affect each other. And the mind and the body are a unit, they're interconnected. It is not possible to make a change in one without the other one being affected. When we think differently, our bodies change, and when we change our physiology and our behaviour, we change our thoughts and our feelings. The next one. The map is not the territory. One of the most important presuppositions is the map is not the territory. This statement was coined by Korzybski, a Polish mathematician. He was referring to the fact that you experience the world through your senses, beliefs and experiences. This gives us a map of the world from which to operate from. But a map can never be completely accurate, just like an ordnance survey map doesn't give the complexity of the terrain around and is not the territory. The internal map that you create of the outside world is never an exact match to anyone else's as well. Everyone has a unique individual map of the world. Here's another analogy. The invention of sat-nav has meant that we are able to navigate the world pretty well. However, I am sure we have all had a situation where we have put in a postal address and the sat-nav has taken us to a different destination. In most cases, the software has not been updated and there are missing parts of the map. When maps are faulty, we can end up going in the wrong direction or running into a dead end. NLP is the art of changing these maps, providing the mind with a different software update, you might say, so we can be free to navigate the outside world with ease. This presupposition relates directly to the NLP communication model. Here's the next one. People are doing the best they can with the resources they have available. A person's behaviour is adaptable to the situation. Their present behaviour is the best choice available to them and has a positive intent for them, and a person's behaviour is not who they are. Knowing this presupposition as a teacher helped me deal with challenging classroom behaviour. A child is not their behaviour. When they are doing something wrong, they are probably doing it as a positive intent for them. So challenging classroom behaviour can often mean the child is probably craving attention, or they simply don't understand the task in hand. The choice may be strange to us or seem self-defeating, but for them it seems to be the best way forward. The easy thing to do is accept the person, accept the child, and support and assist them to change their behaviour. Give them a better choice and they will accept it. Give them a superior map and you will change their life forever. And here's the next one. Behaviour is geared towards adaptation. Just like the chameleon, our behaviour is created specifically to the context and the reality currently being experienced in the environment. Whether good or bad, useful or unuseful, it was adapted to the situation which was created. And when people realise this, they can change their behaviour and make it more appropriate to whom they have become. Here's another one. People have all the resources that they need to make the changes they want. People themselves are not unresourceful, they are just experiencing unresourceful states. When the client changes their state, they then have access to all the resources within them to accomplish whatever they choose. And in this way, people can uncover their superpowers. Here's another presupposition. The person with the most flexibility of behaviour will have the most influence of the system. Now this is known as the law of requisite variety. This means the more options you have in the techniques available to you, the more choice your client has. Now the more choice that your client has, the more able they are to change. The next one is, there's no failure, just feedback. Just take a moment to think about that. There's no failure, only feedback and learning. So failures are feedback we get on our way to. It is part of your road to success. And to be successful, you must consistently put one foot in front of the other, despite the setbacks. And take so-called failures as a chance to learn, to give you feedback on your journey. The famous inventor James Dyson created over 5,127 prototypes. And he did this in order to produce the now most popular Dyson vacuum cleaner. Each prototype was one way it didn't work. Here's another example. Picasso. Picasso produced about 100 masterpieces in his lifetime. But what most people don't know is that he actually produced 50,000 works of art on the way to producing those 100 sublime pieces of art. You could look at success as a numbers game, and that's why you need to look at failure in a different way. So when you feel afraid of failing, just go ahead and do it anyway. Just keep one foot going in front of the other. As we've mentioned before, it's important to obviously set a goal and navigate yourself towards it. And we also need to have an awareness, just in case we go off track. This feedback we receive will keep us actually heading in the right direction, and eventually we'll succeed. So, if what you are doing is not getting the desired results, then you need to do something different. And keep picking yourself up and moving forward. Just like the surfer who gets dumped into the ocean time and time again. By learning from one's mistakes and doing something different, we can achieve the results we desire and ride the wave of life in style. Here's another one. There are no resistant clients, only inflexible communicators. Client resistance is just a sign of a lack of rapport. Any resistance is a result of inflexible communication. And quoting from Dr. Milton Erickson, he said, "Anything is possible in the presence of good rapport." Erickson was a master at rapport building. This created less resistance in his clients, enabling him to create lasting change for them. And here's the last one. Change can be quick, easy and lasting. It's the build-up to change that may take a while or be difficult, but once it starts, a metamorphosis happens. Okay, that's a few of the presuppositions of NLP. I've taken you through the most important ones. However, there's still a few you may want to look at in the manual, so you can go back to the manual and read through those now. And this is the end of this video. Okay, we'll see you in the next one.